Welcome to our senior health video, which will talk about the warning signs of atherosclerosis that doctors want you to know. Have you ever felt perfectly fine yet deep down wondered if something dangerous might already be happening inside your body? Millions of Americans over 60 feel the same way. They eat well, stay active and go for checkups, yet heart attacks and strokes still strike without warning. The truth is that most heart problems begin long before pain or shortness of breath appear developing silently inside the arteries year after year. It is like a quiet fire slowly burning beneath the surface, while everything above seems calm. Doctors call this hidden process atherosclerosis, and it is one of the most underestimated threats to health and independence in later life. Every day, those arteries that once flowed freely begin to stiffen their inner walls, collecting tiny deposits of fat and inflammation. Over time, these invisible changes can narrow the passages that carry life itself. What makes it truly frightening is that you can feel completely healthy while your arteries are already in trouble. Studies show that by the time chest pain appears, many arteries are already more than 60% blocked. But here is the hopeful part. The body does not stay silent without reason. It sends early warning signs, small signals, that most people miss or dismiss as ordinary aging. These signs are not random. They are the body's way of saying that circulation is slowing, that blood is struggling to reach the brain, legs, and heart. Recognizing them in time could mean the difference between a sudden emergency and a second chance. In today's video, we will uncover the 11 early signs of atherosclerosis that can be detected before a heart attack or stroke ever happens. You will learn what each symptom really means, why they appear so quietly, and how science now shows that early action can even help reverse the damage. So stay with us, because what you discover today could protect your heart, your mobility, and your future. Number 1, endothelial dysfunction. Inside every artery lies a thin, powerful layer called the endothelium, a living shield that keeps your blood flowing freely and your heart safe. When it functions well, it releases nitric oxide that allows vessels to expand oxygen to circulate smoothly and inflammation to stay low. But when this lining becomes weak, the arteries lose flexibility, blood pressure rises, and the walls start to stiffen. This is the very first sign of atherosclerosis, often beginning years before any visible plaque appears. Studies in the European Heart Journal show that endothelial dysfunction can develop even when cholesterol looks normal, making it one of the most overlooked warnings. You might feel colder hands or slower healing cuts, subtle signals that your arteries are under stress. The encouraging news is that this damage can still be reversed. Regular walking, deep breathing, antioxidant foods like olive oil, berries, and leafy greens can help your vessels heal and stay elastic. Supporting your endothelium is protecting your entire circulation. But knowing this alone is not enough, because another silent process is already taking place inside the arteries that is even more dangerous. Number 2, fatty streaks in arterial walls. When the protective endothelium begins to fail, the arteries quietly enter their next stage of trouble. Tiny fatty streaks start forming along the inner walls, marking the first visible change of atherosclerosis. These streaks are made of foam cells filled with fat and inflammation, slowly settling into the artery, like dust that refuses to be cleaned. What makes this truly alarming is that these streaks can appear decades before symptoms, even in childhood. Researchers from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that more than half of children between 10 and 14 already showed microscopic fatty streaks in their arteries. This means that by the time we reach adulthood, the foundation for future plaques is often already set. As the years pass, those soft streaks can harden into fibrous plaques, narrowing blood flow and increasing the risk of heart attack or stroke. It happens silently without pain while you continue living your daily life, unaware of what is building within. Yet there is still hope. Early changes in diet and activity can help the body clear these fatty buildups. Omega-3 rich foods like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds, along with daily walking and better stress control, can make a powerful difference. The arteries have an amazing ability to heal if given the right support at the right time. But just knowing this is not enough, because the next stage brings structural changes that reveal how deeply atherosclerosis can reshape the arteries from within. Number 3, carotid intima-media. Thickening. As fatty streaks begin to form, the arteries quietly start to remodel themselves. One of the earliest visible changes doctors can detect is carotid intima-media thickening, often called CIMT. This happens when the inner and middle layers of the carotid arteries, which carry blood from your heart to your brain, slowly become thicker. It does not cause pain or any clear symptom, yet it silently reflects years of pressure, inflammation, and early plaque growth. Imagine your artery wall once smooth like glass, now becoming slightly rough and uneven. Studies in the Journal of the American Heart Association show that people with higher CIMT have a much greater chance of heart attack or stroke, even when cholesterol levels seem normal. The good news is that this change can be measured with a simple, painless ultrasound of the neck. This quick test gives doctors a window into your arterial health before danger strikes. You can protect your arteries by managing blood pressure, reducing sugar intake, and choosing foods rich in antioxidants like kale, spinach, and olive oil. Gentle daily exercise, such as walking or swimming, helps maintain flexibility in those vital vessels. Strengthening your arteries today means protecting your brain tomorrow. But knowing this alone is not enough because sometimes your arteries begin to speak in ways that can actually be heard. Number 4. Audible bruit over an artery. As the arterial walls thicken and lose flexibility, blood flow begins to change its rhythm. Sometimes that change can actually be heard through a stethoscope. Doctors call it a bruit, a soft whooshing sound that signals turbulent blood flow. In healthy arteries, blood moves quietly and smoothly, but when a vessel becomes narrowed by plaque, the stream grows uneven and noisy. It is like hearing wind whistle through a narrow crack in a window, a subtle warning that something deeper is wrong. Studies from Johns Hopkins and the Cleveland Clinic show that a carotid bruit often indicates early arterial narrowing or stenosis even when no symptoms are felt. It may appear in the neck, abdomen, or groin depending on which artery is affected. Detecting this sound can lead doctors to perform further imaging tests to confirm the degree of blockage. The presence of a bruit is not just a random finding. It is your body whispering for attention before serious damage occurs. The encouraging news is that lifestyle choices can reduce the risk of progression. A diet low in trans fats, regular blood pressure monitoring, and proper hydration all help maintain smoother blood flow. When combined with consistent movement and stress control, these steps keep your arteries quiet and clear. Protecting circulation means preventing catastrophe before it begins. But knowing this is not enough because when blood flow becomes uneven, it can also affect the strength of your pulse in ways that reveal an even greater danger. Number 5, asymmetric or weak pulses. When blood no longer flows smoothly, it begins to show in the most familiar rhythm of all your pulse. Normally, pulses in both arms and legs should feel strong and even. But when one pulse feels weaker than the other, it can signal asymmetric circulation, an early sign that an artery somewhere has narrowed. This happens because atherosclerosis restricts blood flow downstream, forcing the heart to work harder to push blood through partially blocked passages. What seems like a small difference between limbs can actually reveal serious imbalance inside your arteries. Doctors often check pulses at several points, the wrist, upper arm, groin, and feet to see if blood pressure and timing are equal. Research from the University of Ottawa Heart Institute shows that a consistent difference in blood pressure between arms may indicate narrowing in the subclavian or carotid artery, both major routes that supply the brain. If left unnoticed, this reduced flow can cause fatigue, dizziness, or coldness in the hands and legs. The encouraging part is that early detection makes a huge difference. Regular checkups, healthy blood pressure control, and daily movement improve circulation and keep arteries open. Stretching, walking, and heart-friendly foods like fish and nuts help your blood move evenly again. A steady pulse means a steady life, and noticing small changes today could prevent major problems tomorrow. But knowing this is not enough because once circulation weakens, the body begins to send stronger and more painful warnings that something critical is happening deep within the muscles. Number 6, intermittent claudication. As circulation weakens further, the body begins to send signals that are harder to ignore. One of the most telling signs is intermittent claudication, a pattern of leg pain that appears during walking and fades with rest. It often begins as a dull ache or heaviness in the calves, thighs, or buttocks. Many people mistake it for normal muscle fatigue, but in reality, it is the soundless cry of arteries struggling to deliver oxygen to working muscles. When you move, your body demands more blood flow, yet the narrowed arteries cannot keep up. According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, claudication is the first major symptom of peripheral artery disease, a direct result of advancing atherosclerosis. People who experience this pain may notice that they can walk a certain distance before discomfort forces them to stop. The relief that comes after resting confirms that the problem lies not in the muscles but in the circulation itself. The good news is that improving blood flow can ease this condition. Brisk walking for at least 30 minutes a day, quitting smoking, and maintaining healthy cholesterol levels help widen vessels and strengthen leg arteries. Foods rich in vitamin C and omega-3s support better oxygen delivery to the muscles. Recognizing and responding to this symptom early can restore strength and independence. But knowing this is not enough because the next warning often affects a very different part of the body and can reveal hidden trouble long before heart disease is diagnosed. Number 7. Erectile dysfunction in men among men. One of the most overlooked warning signs of atherosclerosis is erectile dysfunction, a condition that can appear years before heart problems are ever detected. Most people see it as a hormonal or emotional issue, but doctors now understand that it often begins with restricted blood flow. The arteries supplying the penis are much smaller than the coronary arteries, so when plaque starts to form, these smaller vessels are the first to feel the impact. If blood cannot reach the tissues properly, performance and confidence begin to decline long before chest pain or fatigue appear. Research from the Cleveland Clinic and the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute confirms that men with erectile dysfunction are at higher risk of future heart attacks and strokes, even when they have no other symptoms. This happens because the same process that damages penile arteries also affects vessels in the heart and brain. The body is using this early change as a silent warning flag that circulation is weakening everywhere. The hopeful part is that treatment goes far beyond medication. Improving cardiovascular health through walking weight management and a diet rich in antioxidants and healthy fats can naturally restore blood flow. Foods like salmon olive oil and dark leafy greens help boost nitric oxide, the same compound that relaxes arteries and improves function. Paying attention to this early sign can protect not just intimacy but also long-term heart health. But knowing this is not enough because the next signal may come suddenly and threaten one of your most precious senses, your vision. Number 8. Transient vision loss. Sometimes the earliest warning of arterial trouble appears in the eyes, where even a brief loss of vision can carry a powerful message. This condition, known as transient vision loss or amaurosis fugax, feels like a curtain suddenly dropping over one eye. It may last only a few seconds or minutes before vision returns, but it should never be ignored. What is happening inside is that a small fragment of cholesterol or plaque has broken loose from a narrowed carotid artery and temporarily blocked blood flow to the retina. Even though sight comes back, the danger remains. According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, amaurosis fugax is essentially a mini-stroke of the eye, a direct sign that atherosclerosis is already affecting the arteries leading to the brain. Doctors examining the retina sometimes see tiny yellow plaques called Hollenhorst plaques, bright crystals of cholesterol lodged in the vessels of the eye. These are physical clues that a larger stroke could follow if circulation is not restored. Protecting vision means protecting your arteries. Immediate medical evaluation is crucial, followed by lifestyle habits that support healthy blood flow. Maintaining balanced cholesterol, eating foods rich in omega-3s and antioxidants, and keeping blood pressure steady all help prevent these blockages. Regular eye checkups can reveal what is happening deep inside the vessels long before symptoms appear elsewhere. Recognizing this sign early could save both your sight and your life. But knowing this is not enough because the eyes can reveal even more subtle and lasting changes that speak volumes about the health of your arteries. Number 9. Retinal vascular changes beyond temporary vision loss. The eyes can reveal ongoing damage caused by atherosclerosis through retinal vascular changes. During an eye exam, doctors can look directly at the tiny blood vessels in the retina, the only place in the body where arteries and veins are visible without surgery. When these vessels appear narrow, twisted, or uneven, it may mean that circulation throughout the body is already under strain. The retina becomes a living mirror of what is happening in your heart and brain. Researchers from the American Heart Association have shown that people with retinal microvascular damage face a higher risk of heart disease and stroke even if they have no visible symptoms. These subtle changes often occur when high blood pressure, inflammation, and cholesterol quietly damage the vessel walls. Over time, blood flow to the delicate tissues of the eye decreases, leading to blurred vision, eye fatigue, or early signs of macular degeneration. The positive side is that these changes can be slowed or even improved. Regular eye exams, blood pressure control, and an anti-inflammatory diet rich in colorful fruits and vegetables all protect the microvessels. Staying active also keeps oxygen and nutrients flowing to the retina. The eyes truly are windows to vascular health, and what they show today can help prevent what might happen tomorrow. But knowing this is not enough because the next clues do not hide deep inside the body, they appear right on the surface, visible to anyone who knows what to look for. Number 10. Xanthomas and Corneal. Arcus. Sometimes the body displays its warnings not through hidden symptoms, but through changes you can actually see. Two of the most striking are xanthomas and corneal arcus, visible signs that the bloodstream is carrying too much cholesterol. Xanthomas appear as small yellowish bumps over tendons, most often on the Achilles tendon or the back of the hands. Corneal arcus shows up as a faint gray or white ring circling the outer edge of the cornea. Many people think these are harmless aging features, but they can be powerful signs that cholesterol and fat are building up far beyond safe levels. Researchers writing in Global Heart found that people with early xanthomas or corneal arcus often have elevated LDL cholesterol and triglycerides even before lab results reach the danger zone. These deposits happen when fat particles in the blood begin escaping into tissues, forming visible clues of deeper trouble inside the arteries. When these markers appear in younger adults, they can indicate inherited or severe lipid disorders that sharply increase cardiovascular risk. The encouraging part is that visible signs offer a chance to act quickly. Getting a lipid profile test, limiting saturated fats and adding heart-healthy foods like oats, almonds, and olive oil can lower cholesterol naturally. Regular exercise and medical guidance help clear excess lipids and prevent plaque buildup. What you see on your skin or in your eyes can be your body's way of asking for help before the heart itself suffers. But knowing this is not enough, because the final and most revealing signs of all are found deep in the blood, exposing the invisible fire of inflammation that drives atherosclerosis forward. Number 11. Elevated inflammatory biomarkers. Long before atherosclerosis becomes life-threatening, the body begins to sound its most silent but powerful alarm. This warning is found in the blood itself through elevated inflammatory biomarkers. One of the most important is high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, or hsCRP, a substance produced by the liver when inflammation is present. When arteries become irritated by plaque toxins or high blood sugar, hsCRP levels rise, revealing that the immune system is quietly fighting inflammation inside the vessel walls. This is why doctors now view inflammation, not just cholesterol, as a core driver of atherosclerosis. Research from the National Institutes of Health and the American Heart Association shows that people with elevated hsCRP have a significantly higher risk of heart attack and stroke, even when their cholesterol levels appear normal. Other tests, such as oxidized LDL and interleukin-6, also help identify hidden vascular inflammation. Detecting these markers gives doctors a chance to intervene early, long before symptoms appear. The best part is that inflammation can often be reduced through simple daily habits. A diet rich in leafy greens, berries, and omega-3 fatty acids helps calm the immune response. Regular physical activity, good sleep, and stress management also lower hsCRP naturally. These steps give your arteries the environment they need to heal and stay resilient. Knowing your numbers is knowing your future, and every small choice can bring your arteries closer to balance and strength. But understanding these signs is only the beginning, because awareness means nothing without action, and the real power lies in using this knowledge to protect your heart and extend your life. Atherosclerosis does not begin overnight. It grows slowly, quietly over the years, shaping the future of your heart and circulation. What you have learned today are the 11 early warning signs that appear long before a heart attack or stroke strikes. From endothelial dysfunction to elevated inflammation, each of these changes is the body's way of whispering for help before it is too late. The message is clear: prevention is not just possible, it is powerful. You can start protecting your arteries today, no matter your age or current condition. Start by moving your body every day. A simple 30-minute walk keeps your blood flowing and your vessels flexible. Eat foods rich in antioxidants and fiber like berries, leafy greens, oats, and olive oil. Drink water throughout the day to keep your blood smooth and oxygenated. Avoid smoking and manage stress through deep breathing or gratitude journaling. And never skip your checkups because early detection truly saves lives. These small steps can restore balance inside your arteries and give you back the energy and confidence you deserve. If you are already living with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes, do not lose hope. The arteries can heal. Science shows that lifestyle changes, proper nutrition, and consistency can help reverse early damage. Every effort you make counts toward a stronger heart, sharper mind, and longer life. You are never too old to begin again. Save this video as your daily reminder to take care of your arteries. Share it with someone you love who might need this message today. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to receive more senior health tips and the latest medical updates that can help you stay strong, mobile, and independent. In our next video, we will reveal the hidden daily habits that silently age your heart and how to reverse them naturally. Stay tuned, stay active, and take charge of your health today.